whole war narrative between Israel and Palestine, I generally see that it's opening up big energetic shifts, like changes basically, and I feel that that will overflow into crypto, and potentially, or more than likely, from this narrative, it's going to fuel crypto reaching price discovery. But anyway, welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 37. So that's 3 and 7 is 10, the binary code. We're resetting some stuff here. But anyway, welcome everyone. My name is Kelita Sahliah. I am a real angel. I'm a mother, and of course I dabble in crypto. So welcome. Over here we combine astrology with the crypto markets to see how it may or may not be impacting it, with a little bit of Gematria too on what's happening in the world stage. So for those who are new, I usually touch on anything that's happening in the world stage. And then we'd look at the Gematria to see the energy around that, basically. We then get into the astrological story of this cycle. We're here right now. And then we do technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. So, this isn't mainstream astrology, it is the sky. So we use the actual visible sky. So right now it is Ophiuchus season, because as you can see here, the sun enters Sagittarius on the 19th of December. So it's not mainstream. This calendar is available. There's a 15% off going till Christmas Day. Holy days discount, I'll put it in the description, but it is in alignment with the visible sky, and I do also offer readings in alignment, but let's get into it anyway. So this is my threads that I'm using. Feel free to follow me on there if you would like to. But this Israel and Palestine war, that's literally the code of I'm looking at, and we're getting 13.4. And of course that's the binary code, but we're getting 13.4. I do like to look at all the numbers from multiple angles. Okay, so this is a karmic number, so this act that's happening on the world stage is for karmic purposes. So this is why I'm seeing just like this big energetic shift ultimately. But let's just take a look at some more connections with this karmic being worked through, moved through, I don't know, but let's take a look at it anyway. So when it comes to Gematria, it shows the connection that things have with each other, the relationship and the connection. So in a way, it's like it will show things that may seem positive and that may seem negative. They're just on the same energetic frequency, if you know what I'm saying. When I say energetic frequency, they're on the same tune. They're on the same tune, just at different sides, basically. So, of course, take everything with a bag of salt. Everything with a bag of salt, but let's get into it anyway. So, Israel Palestine war. Got New Zealand. I found this interesting because we had the new continent. We've done a Crypto Angles podcast on the new continent being found, Zealandia, which is near New Zealand. So pay attention if Zealandia comes back up, or just any news over that side of the realm. China will attack the USA. I don't know, will they? Will the USA just get involved in stuff, and then will China get involved? But if they do, just remember it's karmic numbers. Okay, install the real royal family. I found this interesting because I've not shared a lot of them except one, but a lot of when things would happen on the world stage, they'd be like install something else, and obviously I see the whole hologram as numbers, and it's kind of like this whole war narrative nonsense. Will the real royal family stand up? Just like my mouth. But I do wonder, because we do have the story of, you know, the Queen Elizabeth and blah blah. Her family wasn't even meant to be on it. It was meant to be someone else, and there's meant to be a man, and he's alive from what I knew. It was around about the COVID times I heard this story, so I'm like, oh, will that pop up? If it does, yeah, it's just energetic shifts. Honolulu, Hawaii. this was just a personal one because my family could potentially be doing a family reunion there, and hopefully they've all chosen Honolulu, Hawaii. But pay attention to if like any noise happens here as well. Adrenochrome on pizza, this Pizzagate narrative, this child trafficking. I feel if this just comes up a lot on the world stage, again, it's just another connection. Rapture now. When it comes to rapture, you're gonna hear a lot of these popping up, but this rapture essentially depends on your point of view. If you are religious, then yeah, you're gonna go to the sky, I guess. If you are not, you look more at the kundalini rising and energy rising, or if you look more at the Christ chrism oil rising, or if you just look at the perspective of you just operating more from the mind, the ethereal, but it's just moving up basically. And I feel it's moving up in awareness, potentially connecting that head to heart. So I just wanted to make that clear, but I feel this is part of this energetic movement that is happening. And this expansion that's happening will feed into the crypto market ultimately. Divine unity with yourself, with your soul fam, Ali, your familia, the law of nature. So what's happening now is just part of the code. It's literally, oh, I have to click on it. It's literally part of the code. Now, this one I found interesting. Venezuelan. I'm probably not saying it right. But Venezuela came up a lot. So yeah, pay attention to over there. The synchronicity, coincidence, nothing's a coincidence. But Rothschild's banking dynasty. So this war is just feeding their pocket. Or is their banking dynasty something changing to that? You see what I'm saying? This monetary shift. Yeah, will their dynasty, like, will it collapse? Will it crumble? Will it grow? Will more people be aware of it? Will it be more noticeable from this war? Fascinating. Yep, you've got this. So if this just appears, obviously I know it doesn't say black. However, if that whole motive narrative comes up on the world stage, and yes, I am a melanated queen. However, I did not feed into the narrative of Black Lives Matter. Like, I'll be honest, because the people behind it didn't even care about black people anyway. So it was none of my business. This may offend some people, but it was none of my business because they truly didn't care. New Prince of Israel. I have no idea who the politics of things, to be honest. I have no idea in this country, yet alone anywhere else. I have no idea if there's a prince already, or if there's like talk of a new prince. But if it does pop up like, yes, there's a new prince, there's gonna be a new prince, then energetic shifts basically. Technology is evil, it is fam. And I find it interesting because this has come up with the war narrative and the AI pin, the humane AI pin. I don't really trust that technology. I'm not gonna lie. It looks motherfucking cool. It looks cool. And you put it in your hand, you just do that. It looks cool. It is just like a 24/7 surveillance though. But gosh, it just looks a bit futuristic, but I just don't trust it. And I do feel the technology like popping up right now, I just don't feel it's the time. And I explained more in that video. It will be the time for technologies that are advanced, that support us. I just don't feel it's the time now. So just, yeah. The inventor of capitalism, money. Money talks in war. War invents it. Water in a pool of light. I found that interesting. Is this speaking of our existence? You know? Is there a whole pool of light and then a circle of water? Like, I don't know. Are we becoming more aware to this as we expand? This injection, yeah, that injection basically. Oh my gosh. The chosen one is awakening. We had in the Titanic not sinking, like, this information is for the chosen ones. So, yeah, it's awakening time basically. Let's move through this a bit quicker. I'm going a bit slow. So no judgment of one another. Again, it's not these connections just aren't all bad. It's like, as these war narratives are going on, Rothschild's banking system is doing whatever. The other spectrum of things, it's just like people will be no longer judging. We're just really amplifying the heart center, basically. And I feel it's the time, because we cannot, you know what I mean? Everyone's been through stuff which shaped us, and judgment isn't necessary. The wind has picked up, things are moving. USA voted treason. We all know that the voting system. Who votes anyway? People, just stop. Just stop. Stop giving your votes, your electric volts away. Knowledge should be free. It really should be. So maybe there will be this opening. It will be interesting if more of an opening as we go into 2024 of knowledge being shared, and even just higher knowledge. Like, there was a phase where they were just giving away what courses that I had paid $9,000 for to go to university just for free online. I'm just like, what? So it's going to be interesting how the education system changes. Love is the true light. We're becoming more and more aware of that, and authenticity. Enjoy the free gifts. So this is where it's like, I feel this, people are going to be rewarded. So we've got war on one side and gifts on the other, but I'll take the gifts, fam. Read between Elon's lines. Pay attention at this point to what Elon is doing. He already done say fuck you to someone on the world stage. I don't even know who it was. I just saw a TikTok clip and now it's a meme. Now it's a meme. So just pay attention to Elon and read between his lines, especially when even more of this war narrative is just amplified. Like, keep an eye on the Olympics. Ruling the world. Tis what it is, bro. We the people declare freedom. So again, I feel it's this opening of awareness of who you truly are and what you deserve. And I don't know, I feel things are coming through, especially if you feel you've been just drained and limited. I generally feel things are coming through. So for emergency use only, this is witchcraft, is it? The judge that sentences, again, it's like that judgment. Are you rapturing or are you not? We've got the indigo children again, so Anunnaki's coming up. Sorry, I was watching Wars Above. I have not lost the plot. If you felt like you've gone crazy recently, like me, you've not lost the plot, bro. You're okay. You're okay. Open up our great economy. So from this, again, this war connection, changes are happening to money, the economy system. Raw fruitarian, if you're feeling to switch up your diet, no, switch up what you consume. I don't like to use the word diet, because no. So switching up what you consume, trust yourself. I'm fasting right now. It's the first day and I'm hungry, so we'll see if I can make it to 7. Elite take guidance from a torture cube. It's just screaming Saturn. Serve them right. Serve them right. So we're getting ordinal 207 and it equals 9. So not a karmic number, ethereal, you know? Ethereal with the 9. Wisdom. So Palestine Israel war, the Matrix has you for real. if you believe in this narrative, the Matrix has you, like 100%. Just like, this may seem insensitive. Some people may get the wrong idea, but yeah. Anyway, flipping the script, as I said, it's a big change energetically, and it's going to overflow into crypto and many people's lives, not everyone's. And we're getting 252. In my head, it kind of just screams 2025. I know it's a different order though. Got aliens from Sirius, and we also have the star of Sirius, and both of them equaled 55 in Chaldean. Interesting. And this was giving us 2025 quite literally. So just pay attention to the alien narrative, I guess. And if they say we are from Sirius, Turkey earthquake, and we're getting 2025, but also rabbits, because rabbit is 52. So interesting. Obviously I have no idea. It will be interesting. Would it happen in the year of the rabbit? because I've not known one as to yet. Or could it happen then? Or could it happen in neither? Could it just happen randomly but have connections to this and this? We'll see. But if it does happen on the world stage, pay attention. Oh, I've done that twice, my bad. The number of the beast, so we're getting that. Operation 1, unicorn. Oneness, the supreme cause. This is that judging again on how you've been. Are you expanding in awareness, basically? Yeah, are you moving on up? I feel if it's been just like challenging and you generally just like, oh, and even if you feel you're on this last leg, it's happening, people, because I'm struggling too. We're struggling together. Anyway, the New World Order, we're getting 2025. Fascinating. This whole war is linked to this order that they want to put in order, whatever. Higher love arriving. So just a perfect example of it's different things on the different and the same spectrum but different sides, basically. So as noise is happening on one side of war, and all that nonsense, you've also got higher love arriving too, because the balance energetically is necessary for existence. Divine soul power. So we're, yeah, just soul power, basically. Power to the people. Direct energy weapon. Pay attention if anything happens on the world stage where there's been a big disaster, like, for example, a plane. I'm not going to say a plane, but we had the 9/11 or 7/11. That could have been whatever energy weapon. I don't know. If there's some wild destruction, it could just be an energy weapon. Kill, steal, destroy. People are going to be doing the most, I guess. 2025. Same spectrum as higher love arriving. You see what I'm saying? It's time to come home. That like kind of melted my heart a little. It did, I'm not going to lie. United States of America, they're all up in this war noise. They're there, they're involved 100%. Operation Fishbowl, it's just reminded me of, was this a particular operation? Was this the one where they're trying to break out of the glass dome firmament? Is it glass? Whatever, I don't know. But the firmament, is that Operation Fishbowl? I don't know, but it's obviously coming up. So Rapture of Truth. So it's this upbringing of the truth coming out, and I feel it's going to come out a lot more than ever. Sun, moon, and stars. Pay attention to them, and this is why we do the Crypto Angles podcast, because we read the sun, moon, and stars. Last part. It's time to wake up, people, like for real. These are God's instructions, bro. So listen. Listen. Depending which your other point of view, it really doesn't matter whether you see him as a man sat up there watching down, whether you see that like what the Bible says he's within, or whether you just see it as numbers. It's all the same. Okay, so follow the instructions, I guess. The mystery year. Fascinating. What mystery year? And yeah, there we go. Israel and Palestine war. I know there wasn't anything like buy Bitcoin, buy XRP, buy blah 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 blah, but I feel it's important to know of the energies surrounding it, just in the collective, and what's happening on the world stage, because what's happening on the world stage, of course, fuels into the crypto market. And yeah, this whole big energetic shift, we're kind of entering in this higher frequency of love, these things of that nature. Crypto is just the manifestation of that, and it's not the only one, it's just one aspect. Okay, so do let me know if you just did like that part. We're going to get onto the astrological story this cycle. So we're going from the 10th to the 16th, and we've got Venus entering Libra. What's this one? Neptune going back into Pisces. We're getting a Scorpio no moon, new moon, and Mercury stationing retrograde. So do stay with me, because we have a back date of the Mercury retrograde. So I've got another chart ready for you. Okay, so stay with me for the technical analysis. However, what am I seeing here, and how could it impact the crypto market? Again, if you aren't if you were unaware of these signs, these luminaries in these zodiac signs, this is because I follow the actual visible sky that's outside, not what mainstream tropical astrology tells us. Okay, it's manipulation. But anyway, Venus, I feel, plays a important role as it's going into Libra. Reason being because Venus represents the physical reality. Venus being free day, Friday, as you can see, represents number 6. That's the 6th day. That's the 7th. So the 6 represents the material. 9 is ethereal. 6 is material. It represents your 6 senses: sight, touch, taste, hearing, smell, as well as your intuition. And it's kind of like what you find valuable that makes you want to use your senses to interact with it. It covers love and money as well, but of course we're not focusing on the love. It's not that time. So money, the reason why it of course covers money is because that's part of the 6 sense experience, you see. So when it comes to obviously money, and Venus is receptive in nature, it's receptive. So I am kind of bringing this crypto into a little bit of your life as well. If you have been feeling like a bit drained and haven't been receiving that much, I feel this could be money wise. Yeah, money wise, I'm speaking money wise. I feel balance is coming from this point on. Venus will be in there until, when she move in, till she enters Scorpio the 1st of January. So I do feel from this point on, you may begin to balance out in terms of how you're receiving some money, which is telling me potentially more positive movement in the crypto market. So if you're watching this video, you are more than likely invested into it. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice, okay? I just fell in love with the stars and noticed it linked to crypto. So what I'm basically kind of seeing, because balance is coming with the physical reality and money, I'm seeing we may start to see a balance in more, I'd say more a positive movement. How can I put it? Upward momentum, in order for you to experience this thing that might have been imbalanced before. So like you're probably not getting that much profit, or it just wasn't moving that much, or and this could fall into just any other type of monetary exchange as well. If you've got your own business, for example, and you just probably weren't getting that much sales, or things of that nature. And even if you just worked a lot and you just realize, shit man, where's my money going? I feel you're going to begin to see balance from this point on. So do keep that in mind. And this balance, it may just, if you are in the crypto market, it may present itself as an opportunity that you need to take. Yeah, so that is what I'm seeing when it comes to Venus anyway. When it comes to Neptune and entering into Pisces, and how that could potentially impact the crypto market, is Neptune fuels Pisces. I did forget to say, I do have this calendar available. I did show you it, but let me just show you, because we've got it on the calendar. So we've got Pisces here. This is April 2024, okay? But we've got Pisces here, that's the zodiac, and Neptune fuels Pisces, as well as Jupiter. So Neptune is happy here, and there's expansion coming. Okay, so from it going into Pisces, there's expansion. What I've noticed, because Neptune fuels Pisces anyway, it's very delusional. Now the way listen to the way I'm going to link this to crypto, but it's very delusional in nature. But this is only because it recognizes the connection to everything, being a water element. Neptune. Pisces is also very delusional, being a water element. Pisces, being the last zodiac sign, has the wisdom of all of them in it, so it knows the connection to everything. It's the fish in the big old sea. So in essence, and Neptune entering Pisces, they both know the connection to everything. They both know that if that's the goal you want to reach, all you have to do is tap into that frequency and align with it, just ride that wave in the ocean and then reach it. Whereas because we have the physical objects in front of us, we kind of feel, oh, there's separation, but really there's not. There's no energetic separation. So what I'm kind of seeing here is I won't say Pisces is quite weak. It's not weak. It's very powerful. And because of this power and Jupiter being in there as well, it fuels it. It's going to expand when it comes to the crypto market. These goals it's ready to meet and things of that nature. It's not impossible. I'm not saying we're going to see some wild numbers. We are. We're going to see some wild numbers. And it's going to happen because Neptune knows it's possible to reach it, and so does Pisces. So it's like that water flow that it needs to kind of push it in that direction. You know how water you can kind of reach anywhere if you're moving fast anyway. So it's kind of like you've got this trident power to make it happen. So that was a very feminine way of it, kind of explaining it, maybe a delusional way, but this is what I'm seeing. Water can be transformative. You can transform through that. So yeah, excuse me for a moment, my son needs me. Yes, Sahliah.
Mom, can I ask you something?
Can
I have
go and ask Nanny. Go on. So yeah, forgive me, I kind of just went off a little bit, got distracted. Yeah, so I can't edit these people, so it's just going to be in the video. Forgive me, the computer can't handle it right now. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing basically. It will be possible. Water is transformative. That's what I was saying. Water is transformative, so it's like this transformation is possible to have and to get to. So I'm seeing while Neptune is in Pisces, we're going to see some very, very, very wild numbers in crypto. It's not going to be just like, oh, I don't feel like XRP's reaching 1,000 or anything like that. Not even 500, like not on that level. However, from where it is to where the price it could potentially be reaching, just some wild numbers across the board. Crypto's doing 1,000 and shit like that. But we've got Mercury now, stationing retrograde, but we'll get into that last. New moon. So we're in the energy now of price wanting to reach its resistance. Okay, and we'll be in this energy 5 days after. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So till next Sunday, ultimately. So I feel this is where this Venus balancing of maybe a little bit of a reward is coming in. Okay, before before it's ready to find its bottom again. But Mercury retrograding could play a different role when it comes to XRP anyway. Bitcoin needs to lead the way. So I feel there may be a little bit different, but ultimately we're finding a resistance this cycle into next Sunday. So yes, and Mercury station retrograde. So let's just take a look anyway at where Mercury is. So this is the sky live. You can see the M's a bit cut off, but it says Mercury right here, and it's in SGR. This is Sagittarius. Okay, this is Sag. So, yeah, if you don't believe me, you've got Scorpio here, and you've got Ophiuchus. You see the sun? What's the date? 10th of December. The sun is in Ophiuchus, and Mars is in Ophiuchus. So, yeah, so I just wanted to show you that Mercury is in Sagittarius. So I had mapped out all of the, I'll just show you on the W time frame. all of the Mercury retrogrades. I've done this months ago. I've done this months ago, and I was like, oh yeah, I've got a chart. Like I have a chart. So, the last time, I probably could have checked further, to be honest. Maybe we're still going to be in it next Sunday, so I'll make sure. But Mercury's in Sagittarius, and we the last time it was literally just the previous time it was in Sagittarius and retrograded was this little trading cluster here. So I am just going to pay attention to that, and then we're in Sagittarius now when it starts to retrograde. So it's going to be interesting how it kind of plays out. Now this isn't Bitcoin, it is XRP. So yeah, so it's kind of like what I'm seeing and what I really want to pay more attention to is not so much the retrogrades that have happened after we've gone on up, because we've not done that yet. Okay, I'm paying attention more to these retrogrades where it's on that slope. It's found its bottom and it's on that slope. That's slightly, because that we've got the low there, we've got a higher low, we've got a higher low. It jumped up, retested that low, and then continued. So that's kind of what I want to focus on, and that's kind of like where we are. See, we've got our bottom here, we have a higher low, and this one's another higher low. So I feel it, I'm not sure what these white lines are for. I've done this months ago. I cannot remember for the life of me. Can't remember. But anyway, the last time, let's just tighten this. The last time, it was only last year, December into January, Mercury was retrograding in Sagittarius. And as you saw, it's in Sagittarius now. So let's just take a look at what happened. Now, Sagittarius is a fire sign, and I am paying attention to the elements and how it kind of impacts. So because it is a fire sign, I'm not seeing big dramatic moves. Yeah, I'm not. Like, that could happen afterwards, maybe. We don't know. We're just observing. However, I do feel we do need more data than just one, but I didn't check the rest of them, and I can't do it right now while I'm on it. So it is just this one that we're looking at. And as I says, it being a fire sign, fire just doesn't move or work the best with water. That's why when I mentioned with Neptune being water, both them being water signs, it's going to be a big impact on the crypto market. However, when it comes to the fire signs, it's just it can be when it's just like fully made its mind, but more so than not, it's reasonable movements, not just like 100% type movements type of thing. So I'm not really seeing a lot happening or a lot of movement. If we do move on up, potentially it's kind of like it's just a bit more conservative, and it's after the retrograde we could then like fulfill what we need to do. Like, it could keep it suppressed a little bit. Yeah, however, of course, this one, it was just moving up, but again, not much movement, not really. So I'm not seeing like wild movement. And after Mercury retrograde, which ends on the 2nd of January, there could be more of a dramatic move for XRP in the hizzy. Okay, so just kind of looking on the actual XRP chart now. We'll do XRP first because we'll do XRP first. I've just been talking about it. Clear these messy drawings. So I do just want to pay attention to this here candle. This here candle, if you did like the astrology story, we will still talk about the retrograde, but if you did like it, do give me a thumbs up if you'd like to. So just looking on this time frame, the W1, this just simply looks like a Like it's just kind of gonna do that. Like, I'll be honest, it just looks like it's ready to retest at least here, and maybe even where it peaked to back in July. I feel it's getting ready to do that. It looks like on this time frame, it looks like nicely we're creating a pattern. Where's my brush? Brush. We are creating our, oh, ew. Okay, that's disgusting. Why did all the drawing come out? I'm gonna do it on this one, because there's just not that much stuff. Could open up another chart, but it may take a little bit too long. I'm not the fastest. So I just want to show you what pattern we're actually making, and let me know if you can see it too. Let me know, lad. Let me know. So we have our cup, yeah, and our handle. We have our cup and handle. So it's like, that's telling me, can I measure it? Let me try that. The base of the cup. Oh, can I just move it now? I am getting better at moving these things, but if you just move that and put it to like where the breakout could potentially be, it's easily ready to retest where it last peaked to, basically. Yeah, so we need to see how price reacts in this retrograde, because Mercury is to do with money. It's the biggest money one anyway, because it is about energetic exchange, and Mercury, Hermes, the winged god, does cover all types of money: coins, paper, IOUs, digital money in the bank, CBDCs that's ready to come out. Oh gosh, I saw something about CBDCs. It clearly wasn't for the war. It must be for something else that's coming out. But yeah, and obviously cryptocurrency, Mercury does. So when it comes to retrogrades, it offers a slowing down, a going back. So this is where price could be a little bit kind of stagnant, ranging potentially, before moving on up, because yeah, that's definitely a big potential. But straight from this cup and handle pattern, and it's kind of clear, it's kind of very clear on a larger time frame, we're definitely getting ready to retest the last place it's wicked to. So that's 93. Now, I feel that we'll reach a point of the body. You see how this was a wick? It was a wick. We hit a wall and then we came straight back down again. I feel personally it could be a solid candle to show it wasn't just where price tested. This is where price like was and stayed, you know. So I feel that that's XRP's mission. Please go and listen to XRP's birth chart. I've done a birth chart for XRP, and I know it may just sound odd, but I feel, especially as we move into all of this and it's happening, you'd get a better knowing of its character and personality. This sounds very delusional, but I've got Pisces rising coding, so delusion is my name. But you just know how you just know what its purpose is in the hologram. Let me just rephrase it like that. You'd know what its purpose is and how it will stand. So yeah, but I'm generally feeling we'll probably get more of a body candle here instead of a wick. So it's filling out this wick essentially, and because it's potentially going to be a body candle to show more solid price movement, this could just extend us up a little bit more, like over $1. When was the last high? Where is it? That's 90. Oh, That's the next range. It's like it's tackling this area right now, and the next place up, the next zone is definitely $1. I'm gonna just change this for a moment just so I can see a bit clearer. There we go. Is that much clearer or no? Much clearer or no? So yeah, and look at that. And you see, this is the cup and handle. You can see it even better. It's like though we wicked to there, price, it just wasn't there and it went down. And then the next zone really is, I'm going to put in the line, horizontal line, so you can see. As you can see, we're looking at these little pointy bits. I may not be the best at describing these things, but we'll get better. So these pointy bits, XRP, it broke through, was rejected, was trading underneath it, traded above it, and then it was its support for a moment, and then resistance. And we've been under this resistance at 94 cents for a while. And from this cup and handle pattern that we can see here, it's easily reaching this support, this resistance, sorry. And how long has it been a resistance for? Since we broke through it. Oh, sorry. Oh, I think I've probably gone over for a day or so. Let's just get to the day we are today. Gosh, 994 days. That's long. That is long. So it's a long resistance that it's ready to touch again. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Super interesting. Will it break through this resistance? And will it be rejected, just come down a little bit and then go on up further? Will we just break through and try and extend a little bit over? Because the next place is like 108, and then of course it's that 120 region. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to put in lines at this 108, 106, 108, 107, and then just here. And I'm just going to keep this chart a bit clearer than my other one, but we are going to go back to the other messy chart now just to take a look at the smaller time frames. But by then, I'm telling you, by next Sunday I'm going to know my fibs. I'm going to know my fibs, and we'll go a bit deeper with our technical analysis. But that's kind of like what I'm seeing. I'm seeing if in the Mercury retrograde, the last time it was in Sag, it was just this like steady but upward movement. That could be the case as it's getting ready to just shimmy on up out of this cup and handle pattern. That could happen, or it could just be suppressed and stay sideways. It's about observation right now, really and truly. But whenever it's ready, if price stays a bit stagnant, whenever it's ready to move, this 94 region is its next. That's what it's going after. It's been there for 994 days, and it's ready to break free from it. So, yeah. There needs to obviously be a retest back down to this at least 70 to, 69 to 70 level. So it could get rejected off there. It could get rejected off this level. And this is why I need my fibs, people. We are gonna grow much more. There's a whole bunch of lines. Sorry, it's messy. It will be clear for the next video for sure. So, I've still got this pen on. So, yeah. So this is kind of looking nice, to be honest, because even though this red trend line has been the trend line since its all-time highs back in 2017, so it's like we notice here it was rejected off it, done a nice big cup and handle a nice big cup and handle of this zone, and it's making the handle now, but price kind of went under it a bit, under it a little, but this cycle, it's done quite well to be it wicked off this trend line and this trend line too. So that's just looking healthy for me personally. It's looking very healthy. Can I just take a look at the lines? Yeah. Okay. We're sticking to candles though. Daily. Okay, so off the daily, we just see we break and retest. Basically, we broke out of this zone and we're now retesting this zone. Bear in mind, we are in the energy of the moon. We're in the energy of the no moon, new moon, and Mercury stations retrograde after that. So even though the energy of the moon can last like a few days, up until next Sunday, we could complete this energy to find its resistance, or its next level of resistance till then, and then price may just linger at that resistance as Mercury is Mercurying, or it could last a bit longer, but we are in the energy of it going up, because it wants to find its resistance. There has been a resistance here, so of course it's just seeing if this is a bounce on the daily. Yeah, seeing if it's a bounce. Let's just go on a smaller time frame. But it seems more than likely. Yeah, it feels like this is just its temporary support, and it's ready to make its way on up. Potentially by this no moon, new moon, or this new moon energy to find its resistance. I'm wondering where its strong resistance will be. I just don't feel it's 68 cents. Clearly that's a barrier, but I don't feel it's that. Potentially, maybe, yeah. This wick, I feel it's just showing it's ready to just at least get to this level and more. But we also want to make a higher high. So I'm not ruling out this 79, 80, just literally just below 80 region. What else was there? Yeah. Look at that. The cup and the handle. And as I says, from this move with the weekly, I don't like using that word, but weekly candle, that could be it was touching 90, wasn't it? So I'm just saying, from this move now of Venus bringing in this balance when it comes to monetary, don't be surprised if XRP goes up to, like, will it do it? I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's here. It would reach out and go to there. So 93, breaking out of this cup and handle pattern, and that could full well could be the new moon just appearing there, or when it's ready to appear, and it gets rejected off that potentially, and then moves on up a bit higher before a deeper correction. We'll see. I do like that Saturn, Mercury, Pluto is basically getting ready to cross over, so that's a good sign, and I feel that that will be the amplification when it comes to Venus being in Libra and this Neptune energy. So I feel it just kind of all supports it, but I feel that that's enough to kind of look at for XRP, to be honest. Right now I feel our next leg for sure, especially after getting past 72, so 72, 79, and definitely was 93, and so keep an eye out for those targets, and if it ever gets overextended, Yeah, it depends on what you're doing, if you're taking profits or not. But yeah, I feel let's just kind of wait to see where it's going to then have a more clue on where it would retest to. But I'm not too worried. Like, it could basically, I don't see it retesting lower than 2058. I don't think it will be 54, but I'm not going to rule out this long trend line. Price could retest that in, like, could be next year, you know, as like the last amazing time to probably buy, or it could be retesting this upward red line. So however long it takes to do what it needs to do, when it's coming down, we could be seeing a back into the 60 range again for XRP. And yeah, I'm sure I said in my last video, I just don't feel there be XRP will be lower than 60. I don't think so. And if anything, a wick, and it won't be there for long. But I feel like the last best cheap price buying opportunity, there's always going to be opportunities, but the last like cheap price, I feel 60 is going to be the lowest for XRP. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But anyway, let's get on to BTC and then the DXY, and then we're closed. I feel like I've been talking forever and ever. Amen. So Bitcoin, it didn't do the thing where I thought, oh, is it going to just retrace off here, go down, and then go up? It done the other one. It just went up. It just went up. And has it finished going up? I don't think so, lad. I really don't think so. So this is clearly like some resistance level, but just as it's kind of done here, it could do the same thing. It's kind of like doing steps at the moment, going up, here's a step, and like giant steps, and then another one to then just go up further. Oh, I feel this is our resistance. Yeah, I feel it's this area that Bitcoin's potentially trying to reach to. Reason being, it's because look, you've had price here, it hit it, went down, it went above it, and then it hit it again. So it's in this zone, this entire zone of 47 to 53. 47 to 53, I feel that that's where Bitcoin's making its way. So as I says, the no moon, new moon, price wants to find its resistance level. I feel the moon will just pull it through this one, to be honest, and potentially top out here. I don't feel it will just stop at 45. I feel it's breaking through 47 to 53. So again, I feel if you wanted to take profit, then it's great to take profit. I just don't feel it's good to be buying Bitcoin right now, personally. Just wait until it comes down. However, I do feel this rejection could then bring us down to this green line. Like, I'm not ruling that out, and it will still be a higher low. So we've got this higher low, we had this one, we had this one. So even if it comes and it hovers here, wicks to 33, goes up, just hovers around 33 to 36. And that could well be like end of winter, spring, or could even be quicker. It could be quicker. So just pay attention if that happens. I feel if we are topping out or reaching for the stars within this 50 range, even the beginning of 50, I just don't feel it will be there for very long. And if it does, it's just gone, look, it's just gone up. What goes up must come down. So again, I kind of feel we could look, so we can take a look at one more smaller time frame. I just don't feel the much need to look too small at this point. Yes, again, I know the RSI isn't on, so I will put the RSI on at the end, but it's kind of like we're just getting a cluster. The 200 moving average, which is that my line? No, it's what is this? Oh, that's my line, my drawing, my amazing drawing. So the 200 moving average price has been following it on the 4 hour, which is good. And it's good that these luminary moving averages have crossed over and Saturn is now above of Uranus. So this is telling me upward momentum is happening right now. I didn't show you on the daily. The daily, they are getting ready to cross. The fact that Saturn, Pluto, Mercury are pointing up is good. These are, well, Venus is kind of pointing down, Neptune is just meh, and what's this one, Uranus is kind of pointing up. So I am seeing soon these are going to cross, which could then give Bitcoin its momentum, which will just kind of extend it further. But for sure, like, I feel we're just at this point of price is ready to just find its resistance. So we'll see where its resistance is. And once the resistance is clear, we can then be looking at where it's coming down to. But this has just gone up in a straight line and coming back at least to this trading cluster. So 35 to 37 range just makes sense, and it would definitely be healthy for Bitcoin. It could even touch to 31 to retest where it last came out of. So yeah, so basically, if you did want to kind of buy into Bitcoin, I just don't really feel, unless you're just holding for the long term, but if you're doing it to get some profit, I just feel potentially wait for its retest back to 31 to 37. It's a big range, but if it's down within this range, it's definitely better buying opportunities. But yeah, so let's move on to the DXY now, just to see what that's doing, and then that could DXY give us some more indication to Bitcoin and XRP. They seem like they're just ready to kind of move on up. Okay, sure, the DXY, the DXY, right. On the daily, we had come down, we broke through here, but we used it as a support. We're really trying to come on up. Price, what I'm seeing on the daily though, it's underneath Saturn, Neptune, and no, Pluto and Mercury. So that alone is, it's like it was, let me go closer. If you can see this candle, it hit it and it was rejected quite harshly, and it seems like it's trying to go up on it again. Is it creating a mini head and shoulders? 1, 2. We'll see how this forms. It could be a potential. Don't rule that out, because you know crypto, it needs to find its resistance to be rejected off it to find its support again. So I'm definitely not ruling out this little pattern. Oh, kinda like a very crooked one. A very crooked one. But if that is the case, we could just be getting a little movement when it breaks out on up. So it could just not even, it could get past them, to be honest, and get rejected off of the 105. So that's a possibility. I don't feel, when could this happen? Because obviously crypto's going up. I don't know. I feel there may be a bit of resistance, unless it's just decoupled and all of them are doing their own thing. I'm not sure, but it is being supported on the daily by the 200 moving average, but it's wedged between them, and there is a support here. So or this could break down to downside. It could break down to downside. It may find its support off Venus. So it's either or at this point. Let's take a look back on the candles and smaller time frames to see a little bit clearer. I'm tired. Mama's tired. Anyway. Yeah, okay. So on the smaller time frame, on the smaller time frame, we are, look, we're just caught underneath all of this. If this crosses, if this done already crossed, it could push it down. So if it does go down, then that will definitely give Bitcoin its leg to jump up. Well, Bitcoin's gonna do what it's gonna do anyway. But that's kind of what I'm seeing for the DXY. It is getting rejected. It's underneath them all, so it's potentially making another leg down, maybe to make a better head and shoulder pattern. That would be good. Like, I don't know, or whatever formation it wants to make. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it really just depends how, what was that glitch? It really just depends how price reacts here, because if it breaks through, like on the daily, it could just, you know, pop through it, showing sign of strength to just find this resistance again, or it could, like the 4 hour, it's just seeming a bit weaker to go down, if you know what I'm saying. We'll check out the RSI now for all of them. So let me get rid of you and, oh, wrong thing, you, and we'll check out the RSI, relative strength index, just to get a clearer picture. Okay, so on the 4 hour, it hasn't been like heavily overbrought, it's kind of just been there, but on the 4 hour, it does seem likely it wants to go down. But there's definitely still room for upward momentum. Like, there is for sure. Let's just take a look on the daily. Yeah, okay. So on the daily, unless we want to see how it reacts at the 50 RSI, because it could potentially just break through that. So this then could possibly leave crypto just a bit more like, oh, still for a moment, before, yeah, we'll see how it goes. We will see. It's all observation, because it does seem like it's got room to go up, but this could be a quick move to get rejected, and then it's ready to just come down at a higher level, and crypto may just finish off its tiny little retracement, and as this is coming down, crypto then is being pulled up to find its true resistance. Or it could be the opposite way around, crypto finds its resistance quickly, and so on. So that's what I'm seeing there. Let's take a look at Bitcoin RSI, and then we'll summarize and close. Okay, so on the down, we're overbroad. We're overbroad. So could the moon top out here? We are overbroad on the daily, but we were overbroad when we're here, and it's not that green. Like, it's green, but it's not as green as this green. So it's like this yellow moving average as well. It's like it's ready to just kick it on up even more. Let's check all the time frames. Yeah, and it's like even on the weekly, it's like it's at the beginning of this overextendedness. Like, you see how it starts and then it just like formates more. It seems like it's at the beginning. So it's just like, okay, it's showing me, though it is overextended for sure. It's just like, no, I'm going. On the 4 hour, however, possible downward movements. So this is what I mean. And downward, look, price hasn't really moved that much. So when I'm saying downward, look at the RSI, it's done this, but it's just not really moved that much. So we could just see just a little bit more hovering for Bitcoin momentarily, so it can just come back down a bit to then continue its overextendedness. That's what I'm seeing there for Bitcoin and XRP. Again, the 4-hour is showing me it could just retest this breakout just at that little bit more on the 4-hour, which would be healthy, would be fine. So on the smaller time frames, this is possibly where the DXY is just retesting its resistance. So on the daily, you're getting like a mini cup and handle inside a big cup and handle. It's funny. But on the daily, this is kind of showing me there's definitely room for upward movement. There's definitely room for upward movement. Price may even come down a little to just find some support off this yellow moving average to then continue on up. But there's room for upward movement. And let's check the last time frame. Yeah, just look at this cup and handle on here. This just really seems like it's ready to make its next leg up to test in like the higher band of the RSI. But with that being said, I feel like I've spoken for forever and a day. Do let me know if any of this resonated, and of course do grab this calendar. It's available on Etsy if you would like it. But do let me know if it resonated, if any of these parts helped, if you like the astrology perspective. Yeah, let me know. But my mouth is tired. So I'll catch you in the next video, and we're talking about astrology, I'm sure. Why astrology is actually an important part of our existence. And that's why I use it to interpret the crypto market. But this was Crypto Angles podcast number 37. Next Sunday will be 38. So I'll see you in the next one. Angel out. Bye.